Hi, and welcome to the Midnight Moon Show. I am your host, Andrew. This is my guest, Adam. Today, we are going to be talking about the new Star Wars movie. So, let's just jump right into it!
Whee!
You said
Now!
So, what was your overall opinion of the movie? Like, did you like it? Did you not? Like...
I loved it. It was a perfect mix of both old and new, and nothing seemed forced through the whole. Forced!
Yeah.
Forced into all the characters. Everybody's meshed really well together.
See, I liked how it was a mix of old and new, but it almost reminded me too much of A New Hope.
Well, you gotta be familiar with something old. You mean,
Well, I know, but...
that's what us generation is clinging to.
Well, I know, but I know J.J. Abrams' whole thing was he wanted to introduce a new generation. Well, why can't they just watch A New Hope?
Because this
instead of
what
almost remaking
George
it.
Lucas did in the prequels, this was our New Hope.
Well, I know, but to introduce a new audience, why couldn't they just sit down and watch A New Hope instead of making a movie that's almost just like it?
Because this generation doesn't want to look at that. They want to see a new hope, a new hope.
See, that's the problem with
This is a newer hope.
That's the problem with this generation.
We already had hope before. Okay, this is the new hope.
See, that's the problem with this generation. They're too lazy to go back and watch the older movies. They just want remakes.
Revamp.
What did you think of the whole, basically just a bigger Death Star?
It was a very big Death Star.
See,
In fact, it was a Star Killer.
I know, but they could have done something different. I mean, it just seemed like it was just A New Hope just rehashed.
They should have put two Death Stars together. But that
Side by
But
side.
that floating through space would just look at. Never mind.
Just side by side.
Yeah, they're together. Yeah. Imagine where the beams would have shot out of. But anyways.
So
Moving on.
what did you think of the lightsaber fight at the end? I thought that was probably my favorite part of the whole
The
thing.
best part about it goes back to the original trilogy where it's no longer a fight, a very well choreographed fight. It's somebody who's barely picked up a weapon versus somebody who is skilled. So now you have a kind of a reality sense because now you have somebody who's fighting for their life rather than, oh my gosh, we're going to have some fun here. Let's do some backflips, Obi-Wan and Anakin. Let's chase each other. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It brings back a realism. Because if I had a lightsaber and Kylo Ren was coming at me, swinging at me full throttle, I'd be swinging for my life. Please don't hit me.
Yeah, seriously, just just hoping you survive.
Like Finn, that was cool. When Finn went up against them, he didn't know crap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he I imagine they'd had some training as a stormtrooper and in hand-to-hand combat and stuff like that. So I imagine he'd have some training, maybe not necessarily with a lightsaber, but some sort of training on how to fight hand-to-hand.
I'm surprised he can
something
shoot
along
things.
those lines.
Being a stormtrooper, they always miss.
They're different stormtroopers, though. They've actually been trained since birth, so they're better than the shitty stormtroopers of the original trilogy.
Ooh.
Okay, so let's move on. Okay, I'd have to say one of my favorite parts is when Rey and Finn first got the Falcon and
That was
were
cool.
running from the TIE Fighters.
That was cool.
That was cool.
That was cool.
That was probably one of my favorite scenes.
Everybody went nuts in the theater when I first saw it. Opening
Yeah.
night, it was crazy.
Yeah, I see now. I wish I would have been able to see it opening night, but what did you think of Adam Driver's portrayal of Kylo Ren?
He was cool. I liked that he was a loose cannon. He was very, very Darth Vader-ish, which was awesome about him. And just his presence, his screen presence, it was perfect.
I liked the influence of both the light and dark. Like, you could really see the conflict.
He was conflicted.
Like, he wanted so badly to be light, but he felt like he almost had to be dark.
I feel the good in you, the conflict.
I know this is weird to say, but he almost reminded me of Anakin in Episode 3, where he knew what he was...
Orphan Annie?
Well,
Annie!
he knew what he was doing was wrong, but felt like he had no choice. Like, he had to do what he had to do.
There's always a choice.
But, he was manipulated into doing it, but he felt like he didn't have a choice, but he didn't really want to be doing
But
it.
the great thing about him killing his own father, that made him up there with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And
But do you think that's going to make him fully go to the dark side, or do you think he's still going to have some conflict left within him?
he might have some remorse, but I think this will be his full-on change.
Yeah. Then what, did you like the scene between Han and Kylo? Did you think he was going to do it? Did you think he was
I didn't
actually
think he was.
gonna
For 1 second, I thought he was going to turn to the light side and something else would happen. But, like in all great stories, we need a tragedy to kick it forward.
Yeah. Okay, so what are your personal predictions? What do you think is going to happen in the next episode? Who do you think Rey's kid is? Do you think she's a new person, or do you think she's related to somebody?
Now, I've heard certain rumors that One, she is the cousin of Kylo Ren.
See, I think she's Luke's kid. And Luke didn't know he had a daughter.
And then I've heard that also might be Ben Kenobi's kid or granddaughter.
No, he would, well, maybe granddaughter, but not kid. She'd be like almost Luke's age.
But it doesn't make any sense for her to touch that lightsaber and see what she saw.
Exactly.
She saw Bespin. She saw, images of all that.
Exactly. Like, she has to be a Skywalker. I think, and at the end, like, when Luke saw her, like
he wanted to cry.
Because he didn't,
I wanted to cry.
Well, I think he didn't know.
I almost cried.
Well, I think he didn't know that he had a daughter.
No, I think he knows.
No, I think I think she was hidden from him. Like,
or maybe here's another thought now. What if he was training his daughter and his daughter disappeared? And he had no clue. He thought the daughter died. She got dropped off on Jakku.
Well, who dropped her off?
Whoever kidnapped them.
Well, then, who's the mom then? Is it like from
Chewbacca?
Is it from the extended
Lando,
universe from what Legends now Mira?
Yeah, and Lando might be Finn's dad.
Yeah, I thought he was supposed to be in this.
I don't know.
They had him. They even talked about he was going to be in it. And they even had him for in the picture when they had that first sit down and read through. He was there. Where was he in the movie?
You guys know that Ewan McGregor and Alec Guinness are in that movie.
Yeah, yeah. You hear their and Yoda too.
Footsteps.
And Yoda too.
Yeah, that's a whole new.
Have you heard they're talking about doing an Obi-Wan movie and they might actually get Ewan McGregor
That
back?
would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Because he was great as Obi-Wan. I thought he did an awesome job.
Right.
So I'm hoping they do that. Okay, so do you think Kylo Ren he's gonna be redeemed at the end and he'll be the one to take down Snoke, or do you think he's gonna end up dying?
I'm glad they didn't kill him. I hope they don't kill him because once again you've created a strong character, Darth Maul, Count Dooku, put on the list there. But you created a strong character who could have a good following, almost be as good as Darth Vader, but you kill him off. You don't kill him off.
Yeah.
Because now this whole ending, how it ended perfectly. They got separated. She got confidence with the Force and the lightsaber. She's looking at Kylo. Kylo's on the ground, been defeated. It's going to be round 2.
Yeah.
The Italian Stallion versus Paul Creed.
Yeah.
Gotta watch it.
Okay.
Big muscles, apparently.
Okay, so what do you think they should have changed? What do you think they should have left out of the movie? I thought the whole thing I liked how Han and Chewie got the shit back, but the whole scene with the pirates and stuff and those creatures being left out, that could have, to my personal opinion, that could have been left out. That really, it felt unneeded. When the second time I went and saw it, I figured, okay, now's the perfect time to get up and use the bathroom because felt like it was unneeded.
The only reason that scene was great was just because Harrison Ford was Han Solo again.
Yeah.
And he fell right into that role. But if you look at him as Indiana Jones, he's Indiana Jones, but he wasn't as into it as Han Solo.
Yeah.
He became Han Solo again.
Yeah, it just felt like it was such an unneeded scene. They could have cut that and added some of the deleted scenes.
They were just let's shove some Harrison Ford in there.
Okay.
In this spot right here.
And then, in my personal opinion, I wish they would have left Snoke out of this movie.
And just left him as a...
And him been mysterious like the Emperor was.
Well, they said that he might even be Anakin Skywalker.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Because
they burned him. The facial scars.
He died and they burned him. I mean, I'm sorry, you can't survive that. I'm sorry. You just
But
can't.
he was more machine now than man.
But I wish they would have left him out like they did the Emperor. Where maybe they just talked about him, but didn't necessarily have him
or
in
you
there.
heard him and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I know he looks like that guy from The Goonies, for all you 80s people.
Hey, you guys!
That looks good. Hey, you guys! Right? That's what he looked like, okay? So...
As long as you give him was it a Milky Way or a Payday?
I know.
Keep him happy.
Something like that. Alright?
But, yeah, I wish they almost would have left his reveal like they did with the Emperor and Empire Strikes Back, where all it was just a small scene, and that was it. And then didn't have him fully in the movie until the finale.
Yep.
That's how I wish they would have had it. Left him as mysterious. They almost brought him into the movie, into this trilogy too soon.
Now, I had a conversation with somebody earlier. Do you think Rey should keep Luke's lightsaber, or should she make a new one?
Make a new one. Your path to becoming a Jedi Knight is making your own lightsaber. That's Luke's to take back.
And apparently a life of celibacy,
yeah,
which Anakin didn't do.
Okay, so what do you hope to see in the next movies?
Darth Vader.
Do you think they'll kind of follow the same path as the original trilogy?
I read that it's going to be darker.
Just like Empire Strikes Back was darker, but do you think they're going to kind of follow the same model? like a big reveal at the end of Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yeah, the reveal in the next one is going to be who Rey is.
Mm-hmm. See, now I've heard they're going to save that for episode 9.
I heard it's going to be this one. But I also like the ideas of, I don't know, I like to find out who the dad is.
Yeah. Okay, and do you think they're going to make an even bigger Death Star like they did on Return of the Jedi? Do you think they're going to make an even bigger one? It's like Star Killer 2, but it's like the size of a sun this time.
That's right. I don't know, I think they should just start doing the whole Empire thing when they start building that all, because we saw shots of the massive army they have.
Yeah.
Now let's see them use it. Now let's see them chase everybody down and start shooting people. The stuff we didn't see for the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
That we're talking about. That they all talk about, oh, the Clone Wars, blah, blah, blah. We're going to show you what happened.
Yeah. So yeah, overall, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a good start. It was a good beginning point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see how a new director will take it and what direction he's going to take it in. Because I mean, when you look at A New Hope and the new director for Empire Strikes Back, it was almost like a whole completely different movie. Like they just went in a completely different direction, much darker and not
they also said too that
family friendly.
They said that after this movie was released, they said that they had the certain outline for episode 8 written down already, but now it's being rewritten again because of the popularity of all the characters now.
Yeah, they're bringing back some of the characters.
And I want to know why Harrison Ford is signed on for all 3 movies.
Because they probably did that to make people, to throw people off so they wouldn't know that he died. Because if he was only signed off for the first, if he only was signed on for the first one, then people would have known right away that he died.
And then I read too that in this one too, Kylo was supposed to have visions of Darth Vader or Darth Vader actually talking to him. But there was supposed to be like an Anakin in the middle somewhere where Anakin was talking to him.
Yeah,
Anakin Skywalker to Luke Skywalker, he was talking to him, and Qui-Gon and Yoda. And then he was also talking to Darth Vader was talking to Anakin Skywalker as Darth Vader was talking to Kylo.
See, that just seems like it would have been too much.
Too much, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really think that would have worked with the movie, but well, thanks for watching our review of Star Wars. Make sure to drop a thought in the comment box below. Let us know what you guys thought.
Call me.
Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos. Good evening and good night.
That's right, and may the Force be with you.